return, and in greater numbers. It's Minecraft time, and joining me we've got Noralan.
A star shines on the hour of our meeting.
And we've got Miki.
I wish I had something fancy to say, but all I say is hello.
Tis night.
Tis night.
We should be in bed.
I mean, I was heading there, but then I fell down a hole. So.
Illumus of Fail says ZZZ.
But Doctor isn't even in the realm yet, and you're already injuring yourself. Come on, Nandos. Come on.
Merlon says ZZZ.
Yeah.
Morning.
Morning.
Is morning? I
Tis
can
now.
join now?
It is morning.
You're good to go.
I have an
So
inventory
my
full of...
rival isn't going to kill anyone.
Well, I mean, we can't rule it out.
Well, true.
I mean, how... Are you in a bit of an angry mood today? Is there any chance of you hunting us down? Has anybody given you matches?
Is that a trick question? That's a trick question, isn't it? Because I always have matches.
Okay, so
I
good chance of you...
always have torches.
Good chance of you killing somebody then.
I mean, is it going to be you or Nando's? Who knows?
Apart from me,
Oh,
sacrificing Tyson because he wasn't going to be with us anymore. Have any of us actually done each other in? Like, have we actually done each other in?
I don't think so.
Now, responsible for each other's deaths is a different question.
Yeah. Where are you? I'll come help. I think the agriculture... Oh, yeah, there it is. Cool. One step ahead of me.
Went in there to check on the furnaces because I couldn't remember what we were doing. Then it came back to me. And I saw that it needed sending back, so I did it. I can't claim any great precincts. I just noticed it.
I have so
no.
many chickens.
Oh, nice.
Nice.
One's a baby.
Hey.
I have more eggs to throw.
Nice. I'm going to start putting some track down towards the latest extension.
Yeah.
So the next plan.
The new station.
Yeah, because there's no station there yet, but there's a hole in the floor. So that's all you really need.
Sounds like my local station.
Oh. Hey, come on, actually our local station's not bad. It was bad for several decades. when British Rail rebuilt it into a concrete cube. And it was beautiful before. Sorry, you've brought out that side of me.
I mean, it doesn't take much doing.
I mean, it was beautiful before, though. And they ruined it.
It's now acceptable again?
Yes. Like, it's not as nice as it was. But I'll give them that, loath as I am to ever give privatization to anything. The company that took it over did do a nice job of doing it up.
Yeah.
Which I begrudgingly admit. of these am I gonna need? Loads, aren't I? It don't matter if I overdo it a bit though, because we're always gonna need more track, aren't we?
Yeah. Not like any extras aren't gonna get used.
Mickey Mook says going to be muted for a bit.
Okay, Mickey. No worries. Was it noisy brother time?
Mickey Mook says no, just brain fog and weirdness.
Again, can empathize. Empathize. I can emphasize how weird it is.
Mickey Mook says also, I don't want to glitch out and show my cyborg ways.
Would you trust a cyborg doctor? Like, if they've decided that they're too good for flesh, do you want them working on your flesh? Clearly the heart's not in it.
Oh! Question though, how did they come to be a cyborg? Like, you know, is it that they were turned in? You know, were they turned into one? Have they always been one? How does that work? Have they turned themselves into one?
Turn themselves into one, maybe?
Then,
Guess there's a good
yeah,
chance. Guess there's a good chance if you go into that procedure, you will also be turned into a cyborg, which I'm probably fine with.
No, mixed feelings. So let's say
Yeah.
about that.
What if they're putting you into the
Mickey Mook says I have no heart. IT was crushed into dust and scattered into the ocean.
Oh.
So they don't tell you about the ending of Titanic.
Better ending?
Yeah.
So don't spoil it to me about what happens to the ship. I assume it survives.
I mean, it'd be a bit of a downer if it didn't.
Can you imagine if they changed the ending? Because you know, it didn't do very well with like test audiences.
Mickey Mook says Titanic. Spoilers.
I'm like, you know, we want a sequel. You want to do like a White Star Line cinematic universe.
Yeah.
So, you know, we can't have the Titanic sink, so it survives. I'm like, whoa, could you imagine if it sunk? That'd be awful.
Says, wasn't there a Titanic 2 or something?
I think there might be, actually. Like, not made by the same people, but I think there actually is a Titanic 2.
Yeah. Already got sequels lined up. There's the Gigantic and the Britannic.
Exactly. Oh, and the Olympic.
The Olympic, yeah.
That's mostly just accidentally getting dinged while being docked and having to be repainted. Like twice, was it? Was it 2 or 3 times that Olympic got caught in like some minor accident?
Yeah.
say minor accident. Serious enough that she had to be taken out of service.
Mickey Mac says I think in the second one, it also was on the verge of sinking.
This long series of Titanic films, in each of which it nearly sinks but doesn't quite.
Could you imagine? That'd be amazing. Oh, nearly sunk again. I fear our ship is ill-fated. No buffers. That's from for later.
I remember my sister had these films. There was the Swan Princess series of films, like young girls cartoon series. That my sister had a few of them, but there was like 9 entries in the film series, and in each of them, for a different reason each time, the girl was turned into a swan. It's like it's getting a bit sillier after a certain point.
That's fantastic. I love stuff like that. When you're like, how did this happen again?
Yeah.
Like different, unrelated reasons every time.
Yeah. Every single
Mickey Mac
film.
says it's like Team Rocket always blasting off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Every single film, there's some new disaster going on, and always every single time the disaster either involves or is solved by that girl turning into a swan.
Love it.
Elumus of Fail says ZZZ.
I find somewhere I can dust down.
Mickey Mac says good night. Neuralon says ZZZ.
So it's basically, what if Zeus was a princess, right?
Basically, yes.
With all the turning into swans, that is, not with the other Zeus stuff.
Yeah.
Not Zeus, an issue I've got over here.
Pardon?
Not Zeus, an issue I've got over here. I don't know if which part you missed. It was, how do I solve this issue? Not Zeus.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I missed the start to it. Right,
Why would you... The track's just relayed itself in a weird band, I don't know why. I mean, it looks cool, I don't know why it's done it. So you were saying?
Was I saying something?
I thought I started rambling about...
Oh, I think I was bemoaning my internet. Seems to be a bit off.
Makes sense.
I missed what you were saying a couple of times in the start of the call before we began streaming.
Jump down this hole, but what did that solve?
What? I don't know. What did jumping down the hole solve?
I mean, I picked up the stone that I put down there.
Okay.
That's
So
the thing.
You go ahead and jump down that hole. Let me know your findings.
You know, in your incredibly bugged, like statistically unlikely bugged
Mickey
Skyrim.
says I have so many chickens.
Nice.
You say statistically unlikely bugged Skyrim. I'd say most people I talk to about it are not surprised.
No, I mean to the extent though, right? To that
guess.
extent.
Yeah.
Also, by the way, I think I might have a
think
fix for Syndic.
Yeah?
Filament by Moonlight. Did you say, because you never finished saying what was wrong with it? Is it that it tells you to talk to him, but like he's already spoke to you and he's in prison?
No.
Oh, okay, that's fine.
He is, it tells me to speak to him, but he is aggroed.
Ah, that's a different thing.
Mm.
Because there's you know when he's in Slammer,
Yeah.
and you talk to him, and then like after you've probably seen, maybe. While he's in Slammer, it tells you to talk to him after you finish talking to him. And I was like, what is this? Have I encountered... Is this a bug? Bloke pointing to a butterfly. But no, you just have to stand next to bears so that it triggers the next like thing. Instead of being like talking to him from across the room as I was. I don't want to associate with a criminal. Especially with what he was accused of. Murder, but a child.
Yeah. No, I think I'm at the end of the quest. So I went to the place where he was being hunted, helped him kill all the attackers.
Floating Man's Grotto.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
I got the notification to talk to him, but I noticed he was quite low on health, and I wanted to practice my healing spells, so I cast a healing spell on him. And that aggroed him, and now I can no longer talk to him.
Oh yeah, I mean sure, he's a werewolf, isn't he?
I guess?
You can't be casting healing spells on a werewolf, man.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I've since found out that in a lot of cases, the AI, if you heal NPCs, the AI will notice that you have changed their current health level and assume you're attacking them.
I've never had that one, that's great.
Yeah.
I usually just get a healing spell. Are you a priest?
Yeah.
I think so, but no. No, I just my usual answer to obviously can't name it. My usual answer is in a manner of speaking. Yeah, I mean, it depends how you define priest.
Yeah.
I was gonna say something about your. Yeah, you know, in your I would argue statistically unlikely just for sheer extent.
Hmm.
Not that it's bugged, but the sheer extent of the bug.
Yeah. It's probably, in a lot of cases, people would, reload their game after encountering some of the ridiculous game-breaking bugs that I have seen. Whereas I am sort of intentionally playing through them for the experience. I'm letting them lie.
Yeah. True. Yeah, you just
Leaving them
reload your
into
save
my-
and then next time it'd work, something like that, right?
Yeah.
You see, I've still not had any, you know.
Yeah.
Still not had one.
Hmm.
Like, I thought I'd found one, and I was like, I'm part of the gang now. But no.
I know there's a community patch that they strongly recommend you use that fixes just about every bug.
Yeah, the unofficial Skyrim patch.
Yeah. But I,
Because the official one fixed, like, certain bugs, but not, like, some really common other one that I don't know why.
Yeah.
So it seems like an odd choice. Well, that's a yawning void. It's also a yawning void. And that. Sorry, go on, you probably say more than just that.
Yeah, I never downloaded that one because, I got a strong policy of always playing a game without mods first. I wanted to appreciate the true Skyrim experience, and I think I've gotten plenty of that.
To get back to my original point, have you? How much Solstheim stuff have you done? Or is that bugged out too?
I've done almost none of it.
It's like the existence of Solstheim just bugged out, so it's not there.
Yeah, some assassins came after me. I discovered they came from Solstheim, and I found a ship that goes to Solstheim, but I've not gotten around to going there yet.
Okay.
It will probably be the next thing I do, actually.
Nice. I would argue, do you know how much I love Skyrim anyway?
Yeah.
And I would argue it's even the Solstheim and the stuff there is even better put together than the base game.
I've heard a lot of people say that it's the best bit.
When I
will
did my
enjoy
first-
breaking it.
Yeah, if you're gonna do that, you can't moan about it being broken. That's like going into a shop, like smashing up the stuff on shelves and going, "I'm not buying this, it's broken." What do you think you're doing? All your stuff smashed, and they're like, "Dude, you came in here with a mallet." And you're like, "Look, it's not my fault that your stuff's broken. Okay, maybe make a better product. It's not Dark Souls, is it? You know, because at least they fixed that." And he's like, "I don't even know who you are or what you're on about. What's Dark Souls?" And you're like, "Look, gamers will get it." Why are you on about gamers? We're in a shop, man. Like,
Also,
look, my community on Discord would absolutely love that. They'd be howling. So what's a Discord? Yeah, okay, this is enough today.
If there was a reference to my at least Dark Souls had patches joke, then I should probably clarify that patches is the name of a character in Dark Souls. I am not suggesting that a Dark Souls had patches that fixed the game. It's just there's a person in there named Patches.
I was just doing it as a thing you might say in that context. I didn't know the original was a joke.
Okay.
Yeah, no, that's good to know. Hole. Is that just a well lit hole? It is. To borrow that. Oh, that was gravel. Oh, that didn't solve anything. I thought it was grainstone and gravel. Wow. But yeah, Solstheim's really well put together. As you know, I really like Skyrim anyway, and I think the Solstheim stuff is even better put together than the normal game. It's really good. It's really fun. And got some great quests, great characters. Because I'm not going to now, but there was a specific character I was going to mention because of something you said earlier. What did jumping down that hole? Like, when you were like, "What did jumping down that hole?" Like, let me know your findings. He's like, "Man, he's not my favorite."
Oh, I've lost you again. I don't know if you can hear me.
Illumus of Fail says hello at theory.
Like saved it to last, more or less.
There we go.
You do? Yeah, I mean, I've been doing a while.
So yeah, I assume you couldn't hear me either. No, I lost you for most of that.
What did I say last? Did you hear me talking about the character from Solstheim?
You got about as far as there is a character from Solstheim.
There's a few, actually.
Illumus of Fail says ZZ.
Oh, I thought I'd just get there and fight the evil Dragonborn, and that'd probably be it.
Neuralon says ZZZ.
Just mirror. It's like just like a sandbar, not even like a full island. And Mirak's just stood on it, like, so. You are the one calling themselves Dragonborn. Yeah. Hi, I am Mirak. What do you think of my island? Kind of crap. Yes. And then you just go your separate ways. Like, well, better be off.
That would be.
Alduin kill himself.
Yeah. That'd be similar to my experience with the Ebony Warrior, in which he challenged me to meet him in an obscure location, but when I got there, all he'd say is, "Need something?"
What level are you then to meet the Ebony Warrior? Because I've never met him. I don't think. I might have met him, but he didn't challenge me.
I don't know, like 80 something?
I say you have to be 80 odd for him to fight you.
Yeah.
But I don't think I've ever fought him. Like, I feel like I'd remember it if I had.
Yeah, I think you'd love his dialogue because it's so fourth wall breaking.
Yeah.
That guy is deep in the Keem.
I mean, that's essentially his deal, right? He's some kind of super powerful warrior. Because they just put him in as like, you want a challenge, dear?
Yeah, his dialogue makes it clear that he has been the main character of a lengthy story of his own, and having finished the main plot and all of the side quests, he's just going around beating up random people until one of them can stop him.
Oh, that's amazing! I love it. That's fantastic. One day I will fight the Ebony Warrior.
Yeah, I haven't been able to fight him. He showed up at my house and gave me the location of the final showdown, but then he just stands there saying, "Need something?"
I love the fact you didn't attack him.
Well, I mean, it seems rude. I assume this is going to be like a formal duel or something.
Well, I'll start when you're ready. I'll come back in a bit and see if you're ready. Well,
wow, now there's a name.
yeah, I'm just thinking that. I was like, is he gonna say it? Is he not gonna say it? Is he just gonna go with Lizzie?
Yeah, I'm just gonna go with Lizzie. Hi, hi there. How are you doing? For the bamboo to be delivered from the railway. I suppose I can just take it out of the top, the actual machine on the rails if I. It just doesn't seem as fun that way, you know.
No, it doesn't, does it? But I do it all the time. I'm always just like pinging it down.
Yeah, it takes too long to filter through.
There are ways to make it quicker, but that'd be an even bigger chore than it already is.
Yeah.
The original point that set us off on this whole arc was that there is a character on Solstheim who I really like. Who's probably my favourite NPC in Skyrim, and he's a wizard and he's all about experimenting.
Yeah.
Or like some of his dialogues about experiments. So that's what reminded me of the "Let me know your findings" from jumping in that hole. He's awful and I love him.
I think that's how I met Jazago. He gave me a bunch of scrolls that very much didn't work, and asked me to test them under battlefield conditions.
Yeah. I think I cited the Khajiit follower, and I was thinking of the other one. I wasn't thinking of Jazago. I was thinking of what's his name?
Mickey
What?
Mac says my game is freezing.
Ah, no.
That sucks, Mickey. Is it lag? Yeah, I couldn't tell you his name, but I think I know the one you mean. The one that travels with the caravan.
Yeah, Kajo?
Yeah, I think that's it.
I think he's the one I was thinking of.
I didn't recruit him because I want the caravan to be
Mickey
safe.
Mac says yeah, even Discord is cutting off.
I mean, my Discord's being trouble too right now, Miki, so don't read too much into that, but yeah.
Yeah.
We need to make a list of, like, which foods are preserved, because I can never remember. But I've got a lot of taters. Is that a thing I should be preserving?
Oh, is that so that I can sell them for ridiculous profit up at Stars and City?
Yeah.
Taters are fine. You can
Okay.
do with them as you wish.
Cool.
There's a quarter of a stack in each of the furnaces on the opposite side of the room. If you want to put some bamboo in there, if you've already done it or not.
I
think Miki put in the other day.
I've just filled the furnaces up with stone.
I mean, there's already taters in those furnaces on the far side.
Oh, and the
ones Badger put in.
Yeah.
They just need a bit of bamboo put in. They need probably a stack of bamboo in each. Would fix that. Because I think it takes. Does it take a stack to do a quarter of a stack's worth of items? I think is the thing. We're gonna need more iron too.
Okay.
Because I'm miles short. I need way more tracks to get up there.
I'll set some cooking on the next load. I'm just selling potatoes to fix my gear.
I'm playing my, let's say my first playthrough of Skyrim. I saved the soul time stuff till last because I was like, I don't want to go to a whole separate map. I've got a lot going on right now.
Yeah, that's pretty much been my feeling.
But on this one, I've done it much earlier in my new playthrough. And it is actually, you need to be at least level 30
Okay.
to do it because it's higher leveled than Skyrim itself. Like I think there are some like quite early, like, you know, some of the first places you encounter, first dungeons if you like,
Yeah.
like leveled at 40.
Okay. Sounds like starting a new game in Daggerfall.
Yeah. Exactly. Like there's the first settlement you encounter has, you know, like a place you can go, and yeah, like I would get in like beaten on quite badly. Yeah, God, it's like yeah, everyone starts at level 40 in there.
Right.
But there is, I didn't know last time I played it. Some of the stuff you can get from there is quite useful throughout the game, so it does kind of benefit you to go early, which I've done on this game, but obviously I didn't do on the last one, and obviously it's too late for you too.
Yeah.
It's
It's a bit of a peninsula power situation, where there's like an early game area. There's a late game area that you can access early, and if you can like run in there without dying, you can get a lot of good stuff.
yeah, I'd say so. But yeah, it's not an easy ride. Very fun.
In time, you will know the tragic extent of my failings.
King Angel, thank you so much for the follow. I hope you're having a good day. How are you doing? What's going on? Some new name tags, so I'll name a few random villages.
Fish we need to name as well, don't we?
Yeah, actually, do you want me to hold on to... Yeah, I'll put the name tags aside.
I mean, I named some of those fish. I don't know if you want to name a couple yourself.
You had a naming scheme for them, though, right?
I think I just named them after fish.
Ah.
Like I'm fairly sure there's like a James Pond, there's a Wanda, a Blinky.
I think that's all the fish I know, so what can I do next? Oh yeah. Need to take some iron ore up. Oh, and I should set the bamboo train going. Things are going good. Glad to hear that. Yeah, I'm good, thank you. I actually started a new job recently.
And how's that been going?
It's been going great, yeah. So I started my training, started last week, and I finished my training this week. And like it's a relief post, so I'll be getting sort of random jobs around the county from then on, like filling in wherever they need me. So I don't know exactly when I'll be back in, but I mean I've already gotten a few things lined up for in a few months, so we'll see how we go. Looks like these are still ticking, so I'll leave these alone for now. But yeah, I'm really enjoying it though. So, I mean, I guess it'll get busier when, you know, quarantine's over and stuff, but so far working in a library is very quiet and peaceful.
What's it gonna be like when they bring a school trip?
Yeah.
We had one, right? To the local library or school.
I think we did, but I mostly remember the playground, not the library itself.
Yeah,
You
yeah, me
sit
too.
fail says sit.
It's in that park, innit? Or set in that park.
I don't think the old one's there anymore.
Neuralon
The one that
says
we
sit,
went on.
sit.
The one that was like right next to the library building. There's a newer park further down.
Ah.
Quite a nice place actually. I've been there with my niece a few times. Yeah, I'm sure there'll be times when it gets busy. Like there will be like kids clubs and stuff. So far it's been pretty much empty. Over my training I saw like 2 customers. So I don't know how busy it'll be sort of regularly.
Good night. 2 customers. I mean, it's too many, obviously.
Yeah, obviously. I don't want them walking around getting their grubby hands on my books.
That's the spirit.
Man, that bamboo's already grown back. It's a never-ending job.
It is.
Anyway, things are still burning, so I'm going to leave that alone. I think. Whoa! Man, this place is a magnet for them.
Enderman?
Enderman, yeah, in the labs again. Oh, that's nice of him. He's brought me another mushroom. I don't know what it is, but so many Endermen keep showing up to drop off mushrooms at the labs.
You must appreciate your work.
Yeah. Well, I guess one of them brought me a mushroom just completely out of random, and I put it in this little display case. So they're like, "Oh, I guess they like mushrooms," and now they're all here with mushrooms.
That's it, yeah.
Ricky
That seems to be
Mushroom Museum.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I guess this is what those people like, so we better keep bringing it.
Yeah. It's not the same Enderman because I put a name tag on Professor Guest in the vain hope that he would stick around.
See what it works like.
Yeah, I don't know how that works with Enderman, because obviously it stops them from despawning, but Endermen just sort of appear and disappear on their own steam anyway.
It's an interesting thought, though.
It'd be cool if we ever see him again. Keep an eye out for Enderman with names. But I don't know if he's just sort of vanished back to his own realm.
Makes sense. Turn whence he came.
Yeah. Yeah, I think maybe I'll start work on the
Ricky Mug
greenhouse
says my
now.
eyes are dying XD.
I know.
Oh no, Miki. I'm glad that the little museum at the entrance to the labs has become a bit of a tourist spot.
Yeah,
It's
it's what you'd want for it. Right?
Yeah, people coming in from who knows where.
Really?
Oh, I need to put the mushroom down on the floor. Thank you, sir. I'll clean that up later.
Whoever think that's what you paid to come in.
Yeah, maybe. It's the entrance fee. Maybe they think it's like a donation box thing, you know. You pay what you want to have a look around, so they just keep putting in mushrooms.
That seems legit.
Mickey Mac says they don't have mushrooms, Carl. It was horrible.
Carl! Where's the mushrooms, Carl?
It like not with enough track, but like made it to the actual station.
Yeah. Just realised I've not got my music playing. There we go. My Minecraft themes. But yeah, moving books around is a very relaxing activity.
Do you know? Alright, I assume have remembered. Maybe I haven't. I don't know. If you value my anecdotes.
Mickey Mac says I'm on it, Professor. I'll take some shrooms to them.
My work
Yeah.
experience at sixth form was at a library.
Ah yeah, and, I'd actually completely forgotten about that. How did you find it?
Very good. Very good. Yeah, it was the library of a local museum.
No, you're supposed to say on Google Maps.
Hey, we didn't have Google Maps in those days.
No. Sorry, please continue.
No, it's fine. It's fine. But no, it's a local museum. It was very good.
Yeah.
I certainly enjoyed it. But they were in the middle of having a big sort because the previous librarian had left. Things in a mess.
Yeah.
As much as anything. She filed things in such a way. Why would you do that? So they're having to have this big sort out and get everything back to how it should be.
The previous librarian had developed her own alternative to the Dewey Decimal System. And never written down how it worked.
Not a million miles off. So there was a lot of ferrying books around the whole building, which is over like 3 stories, I think.
Yeah.
There's a lot of ferrying like 19th century tomes around.
Yeah, that tracks.
Yeah, I definitely did it.
I felt very professional with my own little, like my little wheeled shelf full of books, driving it around. And, put the stacks of books on it and take them where they need to go. Is that all the bongo? I thought there was... Maybe I forgot to send the thing over. Anyway, got some iron cooking at the very least.
You. Coming back soon. Unreasonable demands.
You're not dismantling my pyramid for the gold to make powered rails now.
But you know, we've made comparisons before to being like a 19th century company. Like looting like irreplaceable historical relics for something like temporary profit is very in.
There's something to that.
You know, like what did they used to do stuff in mummies, right?
Oh yeah, Mummy Brown.
Yeah.
They used to grind up mummies to make paint.
That's it.
How was that ever a thing they thought was okay?
I actually don't know. Oh, it's money, right? It's the pursuit of money.
Yeah.
I'll do this. It'll be great. And I guess this is the same era when like the process of making matches left the people who made them like permanently disfigured, and they didn't have to do that if they used a very slightly more expensive phosphorus. But they're like, nah, we'll use the cheap stuff, even though it maims the people who use it.
Yeah.
So I'm just, you know, if they're willing to do that, they're probably willing to grind up mummies for paint.
Yeah.
I'm fairly sure mummies have been used as fuel as well, right?
It wouldn't surprise me.
I don't mean like industrially, but I'm fairly sure people have, because they're usually sealed with like bitumen or whatever, aren't they?
Yeah.
Now these burn really well. Let's chop this mummy up and burn. Calling me. No, I must resist.
Mickey Mouse says
No.
I hear a zombie.
Stay away from the portal.
Then we
You're a zombie.
same shape as me or whatever.
This is my hole. It was made for me.
That's what I was going for, yeah. And I only know about that because of Minecraft.
Yeah?
One of the splash text references it.
Ah.
The only reason I know anything about that.
It's like the manga equivalent of a short story.
Ah. I honestly didn't know like what it was about. I just knew that it existed. And there's like holes and people go in them for some reason.
Yeah, following an earthquake, a chasm opens up, and the wall in there is full of holes shaped like people. Like just countless different, slightly different humanoid shaped cracks in the cliff wall. And then people start showing up convinced that the holes are calling to them. And they're all they're going through a bunch of the different holes trying to find which one is theirs.
Thanks. And bad times ensue, right?
Yeah. The thing seems to be that if you see the hole shaped like you, then you are compelled to go inside it at any cost. And after the earthquake, when the scientists found this weird wall, obviously they put it on TV and lots of people watched it.
Yeah. You would.
Mm-hmm.
Further bad times ensue, right?
Yes. I don't know whether I should be avoiding spoilers or if maybe you don't mind.
I mean, I kind of know what happens, so if you're avoiding
Okay.
spoilers for the audience, that's different. But I've got an idea.
Yeah. Yeah, so I like mute your audio if you care about spoilers, I guess. So yeah, a bunch of people find their the holes shaped like them. What the? This bamboo didn't fall.
Sometimes it doesn't.
Hmm.
Very rare, but it doesn't sometimes.
Yeah, so the main character's friend goes up there and goes missing, and he realizes she's found her hole. And while he's looking for her, he finds his own, and is compelled to walk down it. And yeah, so shortly after after that chasm opened up, another chasm opens up elsewhere with lots of cracks in it that are not remotely shaped like people. And after a few months, the people who went into the hole start to come out of the wall that's not shaped like people, and they are no longer shaped like people. And they've the deal is they've kind of shuffled their way through the cracks, and as it's gotten smaller and more distorted, it's like crushed their bodies and reshaped them. And somehow they've survived this and kept on going until they come out of the other side horrifically transformed.
Mickey Mix says gruesome.
Yeah.
Yeah. Could they not just go back in and come out the other side, shaped like a person?
Maybe? I don't know. The story ends with them emerging from the wall.
There's a dun dun dun.
Yeah. Like the main character has dreams that suggest that that the wall originally was some sort of divine punishment. That the priests of this ancient people would send sinners into the walls. It's how this old tribe kept order, but he doesn't know why he or others that have nothing to do with the tribe are finding holes of themselves in there.
A mystery.
Mm. Yeah, it's a cool story. It's quite short. Well written. It's worth a read if you get a chance.
Say you know what we were on about earlier, and I'll say no spoilers, but the kind of like boss fight that I had on Solstheim was so enjoyable. I wish I hadn't just kind of like plowed through it.
Yeah.
You know, there's kind of like a boss fight, shall we say? I know it's like Skyrim, so like, is it really a boss fight? But I was like really enjoying it, but at the same time, like, I'm not gonna, you know, I didn't see it as like, yeah, I'll just cash it out, and no, you gotta defeat your enemy, aren't you, before they kill you?
Yeah.
But it was very fun. That's kind of maybe you could take your time with it.
Mm.
And by boss fight, I mean chatting on a sandbar that is Solstheim.
Yeah.
Feeling like it's a bit rainy today, isn't it? Yeah. You can see Morrowind from here. Can you? Not today though, it's too cloudy. Ah. You can actually see Morrowind from Solstheim, by the way.
Yeah.
Nice.
It's always
I mean,
nice
not the
when-
game Morrowind. Like you,
Yeah.
you can't see somebody playing the game Morrowind.
Yeah.
You
It's
see the
always nice
province.
when they include an older game with the newer version.
Yeah, to see the events of Morrowind happening in the distance. But wow, those graphics are bad. Like, I know it came out in 2002 before anybody pelts me with rubbish.
Elves look better though. Mm.
Sorry?
Since you're sitting on the sandbank discussing the graphics.
Oh,
The elves look better though.
yeah. That is the thing people say.
Yeah.
They look a bit more alien, I guess.
Mm.
I prefer the Dunmer's voices in Skyrim to Morrowind, though.
Yeah.
Because A, half of them talk like this, which seems a strange choice. Right? Like, you can have so much conversation with somebody who sounds like that before you're like, yikes, this is kind of annoying.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know it's a thing, like, it's quite distinctive, but really, you would soon get on my nerves. Like, no, I don't want that. That's why I was, and obviously in Skyrim, they all talk with British accents.
Mm.
Or approximated akin to British accents.
Yeah.
Because particularly if you go to Solstheim, because there's a Dunmer settlement there, there's a lot. More so than when you just go around the Grey Quarter, as it's xenophobically or racistly titled in Winterhold. Not Winterhold.
Yeah.
Windhelm. You know, you've got even more of an assortment of voices and people, which I like.
Yeah.
And you get people who talk like that, you know. I am the proprietor of this here corner club, and it has the finest Sue jammer that will ever grace your lips. But people take the mick out of the fact that they all sound like they're sort of from London now. But I quite like it. Welcome, Sergio. I can't like this one. But I think in the base game they just sort of talk a bit posh, like the high elves do, right?
Yeah.
This is still fine. But yeah, like when I watched well, I can't remember how I came about it. I think it could be the boss fight, the final boss in Morrowind. Just because I'd heard people quote his dialogue a lot, and because I'm used to the Dunmer from Skyrim, I was a little bit disappointed because he's sort of got I mean, it's a mid-Atlantic accent or transatlantic accent if you prefer. And he's grown on me. Like he's got a cool voice and he delivers some cool lines. I was disappointed because he doesn't sound like the Dunmer from Skyrim, really.
Yeah.
But it still sounds cool. Come, Nerevar. Look upon the heart. He's got a cool voice, yeah. I can't mind that. I'm a god. How can you kill a god? What a grand and intoxicating innocence. Okay, I'm no longer gonna kill you. Let's hang out. You cannot escape. Like, it's worth it for that. The sheer incredulity of you cannot escape. Like, I don't know if that's just like part of his routine dialogue or if you have to do something to trigger that. I don't know. Like, if he only says it if you try and escape. But
just try and leave.
Just like, nah, I'm off. See you, pal. I've also seen somebody edit the, the steamed hams scene from Simpsons.
Yeah.
With Dagoth and have him in it instead. Seymour, what is going off in there? Fire and war. Oh, just various lines tweet like that. Seymour, the house is on fire. It is not too late for my mercy. Oh, that's frightening.
Yeah.
But also, I mean, people have been talking about it for years. It's been out years. But someone, it's a YouTube channel called Young Scrolls. See what they did there.
Yeah.
Young Scrolls. Do you see that? Like,
that's clever, yeah.
no, it's not like Elder Scrolls, but Young Scrolls. But, not Elder, you see.
Like young scroll. I get it. Yeah. Yeah.
Like Young Scrolls, you see, instead of Elder. Yeah. But they've done a synthwave remix of his dialogue. It's as brilliant as you imagine it. Like, I don't really know what synthwave is. Like, it's its own genre of music.
Yeah.
And whenever people do synthwave videos, they almost always have the same like backdrop, which is like a setting sun in the distance, and like a purple background, and like lines converge. Driving like a grid towards it. I don't know what that's about, but it's a thing.
Neuralon says ZZZ.
No. It's got that with just him in the forefront. Welcome, Narova. Just like pitch shifted his voice. It fits the tune. Come to me through fire and war. Welcome, Narova. Look, I was like, people keep talking about it, so I guess I'll watch it, whatever. And then I did it, like, actually, this is brilliant. Best bit being it just proper cracked me up. There's an like fading in and out of the video like it's an 80s music video. There's an Argonian playing a guitar.
Says ZZZ.
Just like it just fades in the background and fades back out. for it in the music channel on Discord. You can laugh.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess technically it's a spoiler, but you know, I don't know what information Dagoth is the villain of Morrowind is really spoiling for anyone at this point.
Mickey Mick says I'm gonna tap out. I'm tired as heck.
Oh, you get some rest,
Okay.
Mickey.
Yeah. Have a good night, Miki. Thank you for being here.
Because you could argue that Dagoth isn't really the villain of Morrowind.
Mickey Mick says I'm sorry, guys. Thanks for having me.
Nothing to apologize for, Mickey.
Yeah.
Illumis of
Fine.
Fail says 3.
Yeah. Yeah, Synthwave's enthusiast tried to explain it to me once.
A synthwave enthusiast. I knew they must exist.
Yeah. See, Synthwave is an anti-nostalgic experience. That's the core principle of Synthwave is the anti-nostalgia.
Okay. I don't really know what that means.
Me neither.
It obviously means something.
Yeah. I think part of it is that it presents like old-fashioned styles that initially seem comforting, but are presented in a more off-kilter manner, so that things just don't feel quite right.
Okay, well, I'm down for that.
Yeah. Like Synthwave is designed to be music that should be chill, but instead is somehow unsettling.
Okay, well,
Like you get a lot of the Simpsons wave stuff that is like spliced with Simpsons quotes and things, but it's all like characters being sad and having problems for the most part.
yeah, well, that does sound intriguing at least.
Like it's not
So
not
I've
in the it's just very much not in the feel of the show, and that's the whole point of it. Welcome back, Lizzie. Yeah, how are you doing?
That stepped again. But yeah, I've only heard a couple of synthwave tracks.
Yeah, I listened to a few, trying to kind of get it, but I don't know. I don't know how much it is my thing.
Sure.
Should paper, okay. So the paper, I think I want to take to the cartographer that I resurrected. For best prizes.
That's it, yeah.
But, I don't know if I've got enough to make a special trip, considering paper is worth like 0.01 emeralds.
Yeah, it is like now on valueless.
Yeah. I absolutely missed you. I am good, thank you. How are you doing? And Peter Weir. Good afternoon. How are you doing? Thank you. Been doing pretty good lately. Started a new job, feeling pretty good about it. I'm gonna need a lot of glass, I think.
Interesting.
I think to make a greenhouse might need might need quite a bit of glass for that. What was I doing before I got distracted? I think I was clearing trees to make space.
I'm gonna need some glass too, so don't destroy it all.
What am I going to do with glass other than put it down and smash it? I don't understand the question. Ruben, hi, how are you doing? And Debater.
Is that such again?
Yeah. I'm guessing you all know each other. It seems like that sort of thing. New species of shark. I'm sure I'm going to regret asking.
We have enough precedent to work out something afoot.
Okay, that's about on par with what I was expecting.
Sure. I'm going to take a quick break there, I think, and be back shortly.
Yeah. Is it that time already?
I think so. And then
Okay.
it's been early. I'm starting late, but you know, work as it is.
Yeah.
And I'll be back in about 5 minutes or so. And see you all soon.
So I will take a quick break and be back soon as well. I think if I flatten out this area, I think this is going to be a good spot for the new greenhouse. But yeah. I'm going to take a short break there. Be back with you soon. Won't be long. And we are back. And it's not nighttime for once while logging into Minecraft. Although, judging by the zombies surrounding me, it's not long since midnight. Looks like chat kind of went crazy while we were gone. I don't even know where to begin on any of that.
Me neither. Wilden, I believe, is the
Oops. Wow, just realized I
Destroy
forgot
the
to take
ladder,
down the
Mark.
construction ladder this whole time. How embarrassing. But I also took out part of the roof, so now it feels silly.
Is it worth it, Lewis? Is it worth it?
It made me laugh a little bit, so yes.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah. How are you doing?
Fine, thank you. And yourself?
Yeah, good. Cleared a bit of an area, so it just needs flattening out. You said you had some unreasonable demands while you were here. What other things do you need? There's plenty of iron in storage now.
That's true. I don't know really got anything not much specifically in mind. I just wanted to, you know,
I don't know.
make reasonable demands. So what will I need? I mean, we've got plenty of stone going on, which is nice.
Yeah.
Do some of that. I will need like a shocking amount of iron, I think, to
Okay.
get to lay all the tracks. So do that.
Well,
I've got all the powered rails. Oh, I just need a couple more powered rails for the the starting boost.
Yeah.
So,
I did put more into cook. We've got quite a bit stored, so.
great stuff, thank you. That will be great. Suppose I might take components to, lay the track. Well, I'll see. I guess we'll see how much my inventory fills up with track before I decide what else I want to do while I'm out there.
Yeah.
Uneven. Ground level.
Please,
then
as well.
Come on. Oh. Yoink.
Stealing all the apples.
I think I'd say like I was 2 saplings and 2 sticks. So
Not the most
play
successful
stupid
yoink
games
of
and win
all
stupid
time.
prizes.
Yeah.
Sorry? I really like that as a phrase, and it don't get a lot of use.
Yeah.
Play stupid games, win stupid prizes. I'm trying to think, like, recently I saw it on telly, like, I think it was a police program. I think a cop said that about somebody who'd got themselves arrested. Not a lot of play stupid games and win stupid prizes. A British cop, I should say, so
Yeah.
allowed to tangentially support them, I think. But not much. That's not
Yeah.
correct. Also, it wasn't the Metropolitan Police, so I need to stress that quite quickly.
Yeah, they seem to be the bad ones around here.
They have lower entry requirements than any other UK police force.
Ah, makes sense.
They're also the largest and most well funded.
Which does seem to correlate with a decrease in quality.
It does, doesn't it? It's weird,
better funded they are, what's the end result?
There's a paradoxical reaction.
Yeah. Days when I feel like our police aren't so bad, and there's days when I feel like the only difference is that we're not stupid enough to trust our police with guns.
Yeah. And that's exactly how it was set up at the beginning, wasn't it? It was, we don't want police to be out.
Yeah.
So that's why they're not. Although I believe Robert Peel, when he set up the Metropolitan Police, which were the first civilian police force ever in 1829, I believe he did buy 20 flintlock pistols for the event that they needed guns. But they were not to be routinely armed.
Yeah, makes sense. Like it. Obviously, you need an armed police department, but it's what the regular police are carrying that is.
I believe he also bought 20 sabers in the event they needed sabers.
Yeah.
20 swords. I thought that you buy as many swords as pistols. I know it's 1829, but come on.
Yeah.
It did lead to some various 19th century hilarity when the police have to like borrow guns off people because the guns that like random civilians had were better than the guns that the police had.
Yeah.
Just true things that happen. I'm gonna put a couple more stacks of iron cooking, I think, and a stack of logs. I make it 3 stacks of iron.
This greenhouse is going to need to be it's going to need to be glass blocks, isn't it? It's like yeah. Otherwise, I'm not going to be able to do a roof or anything.
That's what I was thinking when you said it, and I didn't want to stick me ore in.
Yeah.
That's what I was inclined to myself.
Makes sense.
I've had a few encounters with coppers myself.
Yeah.
I know this is considered heresy in leftist circles, but I've called them a couple of times. One is because my window got shot with an air rifle, which I think I feel like that's reasonable.
Yeah.
I know you're supposed to be about community defense and that, but somebody shot my window with an air rifle.
Yeah.
They knew who did it but couldn't prove it, and then didn't really achieve anything, I guess.
Yeah.
But such is our law.
Yeah.
Like I know we might lament it, but at the same time, that's kind of the point, isn't it? We don't want it to be that just like we reckon it's them, so we'll arrest them. We don't want that, do we?
No.
So you know that's the thing. And then I called them once because a car crashed outside. Outside my mum and dad's. Just plowed into a wall. What that about? It plowed through several walls and into like somebody's house or into a lamppost, wherever it was.
Yeah.
And you know, then fled. They fled the scene. And then, so obviously I didn't really know like had they fled the scene or had they like staggered off in a bad way, because apparently that's the thing that happens a lot.
Yeah.
People get into a car accident and then sort of set off because they're too concussed to know that they shouldn't just be wandering. You know, they're confused, they don't know what they're doing.
Yeah.
Anyway, somebody's just like, just calmly stroll away from a car accident and then, you know, collapse and die. But I had them called on me once, the police.
Yeah.
When I was in the reenactment society. Somebody called police on us. Which is just fantastic. Like, what did they think we were up to? Did they think we were armed with like real weapons? Even though, you know, these people in 19th century or wherever it was, costume. Probably got guns or something. Like one of the coppers, like 4 coppers stand up. And you know, like in America, you always see coppers traveling around in gangs, don't you?
Yeah.
Like half a dozen of them will respond to a particular incident. But in the UK, you don't usually get that. It's like a copper on their own.
Yeah.
Usually. See, I want 2 of them, don't I? And like 4 of them turned up. One of them came first, and the others appeared afterwards. I guess once the first one was just like, "Hey fellas, what's going on?" And then saw that we were harmless, so the others came out. And like 3 of them were desperately trying not to laugh the whole time. Not at us, but at like the situation. You know, they were like, "Okay, so yeah, just like reenact. Like, what's happening?" We're like, "We're reenactors," and they're like, "Okay, yeah, this is fine." And you tricorn hats, etc.
Yeah.
One of them were a miserable course who were trying to find a way to arrest us for something, but he'd got nothing. Okay. But yeah, that's been my encounters with the police over here. Obviously, I have certain advantages compared to others.
Yeah.
Even in the UK.
Yeah.
We like to pat ourselves on the back, but it's skin colour is still an issue when you're dealing with the police. We're not as bad as some places, but it's still not good.
No.
I'm afraid to say.
I mean, that's the thing with one of the MPs who talked about how routinely they're stopped by the police.
Again, especially the Met, right?
Yeah.
All too common. But I mean, I'm sure it could be the same with other police forces too. It's just if you're in, for example, our county, that it doesn't come up as much.
Yeah.
For demographic reasons. That'll be an issue. The opportunity.
Oh,
I did want to see it. So, oh.
got a kid.
Hey, there's a kid.
Hey.
Where's the kid?
Over at the DDR machine. I noticed a big crowd of villagers, and I was like, what's going on over there? And they're all saying hello to the kid.
Hey.
Scattering now, but they're all walking up to the kid one by one. Just going, huh.
That's a very young kid as well. Look how tiny.
Yeah.
Hey.
was I doing? I was looking for the scholar. Buy some glass. Reinhardt, what are you up to? All of your glass, please. 48 blocks. I'll be making a few trips back and forth from here.
They were not in storage either, were they? So I thought I'd come back for some later.
Oh yeah, you were needing some too, right?
Not a tremendous amount though, but I'll need some for Windows in station when it's built, and I'm going to build that glass section on track so you can see that lava lake as you go down the line.
Okay. I've got a couple of panes in my construction materials over here if you want those. There's not many.
It's alright for now, thank you.
Okay.
I've set off anyway. I'll do all the main manual stuff.
Fair enough. I was going to say, since I'm here and can more easily get more, if you wanted these, that'd be fine.
It's inventory space as well. I'm going to do the lane of the track and probably see if I can do the bridges while I'm out, but maybe I won't. Yeah. And then I'm going to go to end at line and just carve out the station underground sections, platforms and such. And then on the next trip I'll put all the stone bricks in and start, building the surface station, put the glass in, stuff like that.
Yeah.
It's going to take a couple of trips because the sheer amount of materials I need, like track wires and stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, I've done the thing.
Hmm?
I'm changing tracks at Vault Zero.
Ah.
Nice. I also didn't realise just how long the track runs in parallel.
Yeah.
They used a lot of resources just to run along the same section of tunnel. But, it is what it is. It looks cool,
Yeah.
I think. Oops, I forgot to put any powered sections on there. That's foolish. Okay, that don't work. I forget that. More redstone torches needed here. Ooh, yeah, they did just miss two. Fine. It's not open to the public yet.
I'm reading that name aloud in my head because we've had a spate of them lately. But
I was just doing the same thing. I've been watching me, it's be like frowning, like, stroking my beard.
Yeah. I'm not hearing it in my head. Maybe I'm too innocent. But nonetheless, Olive, hi, how are you doing? You having a good day?
Is that just to avoid the you? Oh no, this seems fine. Says it out loud. Me, no.
Yeah. Oh no.
Yeah. Like I've seen people get caught out before, and it's like, nah, come on.
I mean, it depends on what the name is when it's read out.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Like, I don't mind being tricked into reading something that makes me look silly, but obviously, when people are trying to get you to read out racist comments and stuff, that's not happening.
No. That's banned too.
Yes. You doing good? Glad to hear that. I am good, thank you. I'm in a very good mood at the moment. I started a new job recently and I'm really enjoying it. So, life is good.
What is this enjoying work you speak of?
Yeah, I mean, I can't say that I've had that before. I mean, we'll see how it goes, because I've only done training so far, and it's very quiet at the libraries in quarantine. So, maybe I'll grow to hate it.
They still work after all.
Yeah. But so far, it's a lot better than any other job I've ever done. Like,
Alrighty.
the difference is huge.
Sounds good to me.
Yeah. It has been very relaxing. Just chilling around the library, moving books around.
Bring it
Very
all
nice.
to chaos.
Yes. And the old barn is clogged with iron golems.
How does that keep happening?
I don't know. I've had sessions where I've moved them all out of there, and then next week there's a bunch more inside. But I don't know if they're building up, because there is a lot of them right now. Is this just a thing you have to do on a regular basis? Just once a month, clear all the iron golems out of your barn? Is that life?
Do you know what I think we might have to do?
Yeah.
Relocate as animals to the periphery of the village.
Yeah.
I think it's the fences that are trapping them. What's that?
But I mean, yeah, move the fences to place, because we're still gonna need fences to keep the animals in once we relocate them. Is it gonna be like just move them to places where there's less iron golems to begin with?
I think so.
Mm-hmm.
That's me thinking.
Yeah. I mean, it's a shame because these are some. Barn's one of the first buildings we made, and there's some pre-us buildings with animals around here. But I guess with the increasing industrialization of the keep side of Chasmby, the greater Chasmby area, some of these are going to have to go to make room for more, high quality buildings. Slap a few skyscrapers in there.
See, I was gonna say, like, you don't have to get rid of your barn.
Yeah, they're just gonna be disused.
Yeah, I'll repurpose it maybe.
Yeah, turn it into a new factory. It's made out of stone, won't catch fire easy.
I wasn't necessarily thinking another factory. Just like whatever purpose you might set your mind to,
Yeah. I mean,
like a factory.
I don't know. It's a big stone building with not many windows. Like, what can you do with that? It's either going to be a factory or it's going to be a house for poor people.
I mean, true. Gone, fiend.
Back to the pit. I mean, I've tried to keep all of our housing livable. Like, anywhere the villagers are living should be somewhere I'm happy to live. I think the flats are our cheapest properties.
Yeah, I'd say so too.
I think they're reasonable.
Yeah. Still perfectly comfortable, aren't they? They're not a slum.
Yeah.
Lumus of fail says ZZZ.
It's gonna be slightly awkward right now. Have a look. Do my best. Ah! Pig! So I've done, I'm afraid. Not with all those skeletons about. Is that about skeletons? Nothing.
Yeah.
And skeletons.
Neuralon
Like,
says
I've also
ZZZ.
thought of like building myself a mansion to live in, since my old house got taken over by villagers. But like, I don't know. I don't know if I, as a producer of housing, can I really live with myself if I build flats for the villagers and then a mansion for myself? It's not super comfortable.
Yeah, I mean, it's how it kind of goes, right?
It's how it goes, but is it how it should go?
And there we go, there's the crux of the matter. No, that's not how it should go.
I can't remember if any of the cartographers also sell glass, but I think they buy glass. And that's the difference. I think we've been down this this line before.
I didn't bring a crafting table, did I? Nor did I bring me, what do we call it, masonry table. What kind of time is that? That puts tin hat on it. Another great phrase that I get used a lot. Tin hat. Like, what does that even mean? Top hat on it, yeah. I think they're both just corruptions of the same phrase, but I still don't understand what that means.
Yeah.
Because I relatively recently, so probably like a year or two ago, found out that you know I don't know how local a phrase it is, but certainly from Australia, to describe if something causes a thing to fail, to say, well, let's put kibosh on it.
Yeah.
That is a corruption of a Gaelic phrase meaning black cap.
Oh.
And refers to the judge putting on his black cap when he was going to sentence somebody to death.
Oh.
Yes, oh wow, that's
yeah.
More intense than I perhaps imagined.
Yeah, so that got dark.
Yeah. Well, then just a UK thing about judges putting a square of black silk over their wigs to sentence somebody to death. I don't know how widespread I think that is.
Yeah.
It's only a thing in the UK. Historically. We don't have the death penalty anymore.
Yeah. I mean, technically we do for a few things, but they're not stuff that like ever comes up.
It's all scrapped now.
Yeah?
Yeah, the 1997 Human Rights Act abolished the death penalty.
Okay. I thought there were still some laws like on the books that could carry it, but like treason. Or,
Treason was specifically called out in the Human Rights Act.
Okay.
I believe it was. So I should say there are crimes that technically like laws on the books that originally carried the death penalty, but the Human Rights Act means the death penalty can never be carried out.
Okay. That makes sense.
And so, like, it amends some laws, like the law on treason. But there are others, like I think it's still technically a crime to encompass the death of the monarch, i.e. to imagine the death of the monarch that carries the death penalty, but can't be enforced because of the Human Rights Act. But yeah, it was, I think you're thinking of arson in the royal dockyards and treason.
Yeah.
2 of the 3 crimes that still carry the death penalty as of 97. Treason, arson in the royal shipyards, and certain military crimes.
Yeah.
Like deserted in the face of the enemy or whatever. They still carry the death penalty.
Yeah.
But because of the Human Rights Act, they don't anymore.
I'm not sure if it held the death penalty, if I'm just imagining it, but certainly it was against... I think it at one time held the death penalty, and it still exists as a... It's still considered to be a crime, but no longer carries the death... Excuse me.
Bless you.
Death penalty. Is to play a trick upon the monarch with intent to see them startled. Okay, at one point it held the death penalty to play an April Fool's Day joke upon the king or queen.
That is fantastic. I believe it as well. That's definitely the sort of thing that used to carry the death penalty.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know that it did, but it's the sort of thing that did.
Yeah. Yeah, you weren't allowed to startle them. At least not intentionally.
Yeah, the manic after all. Can't just go around startling them naked.
Yeah. Also a thing that comes up with comes up at like knightings and like celebrity meetings with the Queen and stuff. It doesn't come up in that it's enforced, it's not remotely enforced, but it's mentioned. You're not allowed to initiate physical contact with the monarch.
That's right.
So when they shake hands, she has to hold out her hand first.
That's it.
So if if you're watching one of those and somebody holds out their hand to be shaken, off with their heads.
Rightly so. I'm normally opposed to the death penalty, but for that, I'll make it.
Yeah. And in some cases, it becomes necessary for the survival of society.
Well, indeed. How could we not? Society would collapse.
Yeah.
There can be no doubt in our mind about that. It's why a certain American president did the faux pas by getting rid of the Queen's arm.
Oh.
While meeting the Queen, he put a hand on her arm. Can't do that, you're not allowed.
Mm. Straight up illegal.
I wonder, who's gonna apply that to like an American president, isn't it?
Yeah.
Sorry, Paul. To the tower with you. Can you imagine? Every wall. There's been stupider historical wars, so...
Yeah.
War of the Cakes. War of Jenkins' ear. Although, I mean, maybe having one of your nationals having their ear cut off, maybe is a cause for go to war with somebody, I don't know.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, I suspect not. But it still feels like something that you'd probably have to do something about.
Yeah. Arguably, it depends what they did to provoke it.
I think they were being British
Yeah.
while we were
Like with.
falling out with Spain.
Yeah, I think in that case, I feel like if people are being punished for merely existing as British people, then that's the sort of thing that Britain might have a right to get agitated about. But on the other hand, if it was like they had their ear cut off for being British, and by being British you meant that they showed up with the Maxim gun and attempted to annex the place, whilst burning mummies for fire and pocketing national treasures for later. In that case, maybe things would be a little different.
Yeah, definitely. I think that's acceptable to do something.
Yeah.
As I recall, Captain Jenkins was just like a British sea captain who got stopped by the Spanish. And during the altercation, they cut off his ear. What was Spain over it?
Like, was he resisting arrest and his ear was lost in the scuffle, or did they just cut off his ear? Like, teach him a lesson.
It was the sort of thing where they boarded his ship and were like, "You're coming with us," and he's like, "You have no authority, leave me alone." And in the scuffle, somebody drew a sword and cut somebody's ear off.
Yeah. There's no authority here. This is a Senate ship.
And a diplomatic mission to Alderaan.
Yeah. This is a Senate ship. Where is the senator? Up.
He's gone. And also, like, I've just seen you leave, like 10 minutes ago.
Mm.
You like left this whole battle that we were in.
With the senator.
Well, true. But there's a whole space battle that you were involved in. Like I know you're telling lies.
Yeah. Oop. Sorry, one thing before bed, Brian. Huh? Oh, you're not restocked? Okay. Sorry to have woken you.
Sit.
So, find my own way to bed.
I'll do likewise. Which means putting a bed down on the station platform and going to sleep.
Neuralon says ZZZ.
Do you know why station benches in the UK have arms
Illumus of Fail says ZZZ.
separating them into 3 seats?
I do not.
It's anti-homeless architecture.
Ah.
Not cool.
Yeah.
So people can't dust down. Well, it's so people can't sleep on them, which by definition is tagged as homeless.
Yeah.
It's like, who else is trying to dust down on a station?
Mm.
But like a station of all things. Like, I mean, I guess we got drunk or something.
Yeah.
Like habitually, people aren't going to be dusting down on stations, seeing as they are the coldest places on Earth.
Yes.
But why
That's
are
true.
stations so cold? Is it all the concrete?
Yeah.
Because they are really
Yeah.
cold, right?
They also tend to be like open on 2 sides, which encourages wind to blow through.
Oh, and they're often like fixed on straight, clear lines, aren't they? Because of the track.
Yeah.
So there's probably like a lot of open countryside and/or built on embankments.
Mm. And of course, the movement of the trains themselves causes a draft flow along that way.
Did you know that when the tube was built in London, there was the deep lines, which is all that the term tube originally applied to.
Yeah.
There was no built-in ventilation
Yeah.
because they realized that the piston effect of the trains moving through the tubes that are only a little bit wider than them would actually act as ventilation. It would keep air circulating around the whole network. It's true. Like I think they do more now because obviously temperatures. The tube is horrendously overheated.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's called the piston effect, and it does recirculate air. Interesting little bit of physics,
Yeah.
I guess.
It's like how at my school, when they built the new building, they didn't install any kind of heating because the computer rooms will heat the building.
That's so stupid.
Yeah.
Was it a private finance initiative job? It were, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think so. The whole thing was a mess.
Alright,
Like
private finance initiative.
the
Territory.
yeah, the new school building was designed to house 750 students for a school that had 1,500.
I was gonna say, like, I know your old school. It did not have that few.
Yeah. Yeah.
Before you even start, before you, it's not even like, we didn't account for population distribution or something.
Mm-hmm.
Off the bat, it's already wrong.
Yeah. Yeah, like the existing school that we were moving people in from had significantly more than the new school was designed for. It was routinely a problem that you'd go to class and there were not enough desks or chairs for everyone attending.
I know that, but for different reasons.
Yeah.
Like the school I went to was just too small. Yeah, it wasn't that it had been built that way. It's just not enough investment to.
Yeah.
And we got some
Expanded.
porter cabins at some point that gave extra classrooms that were terrible.
Yeah.
Boiling in summer, freezing in winter.
Yeah. I mean, the whole new school building was like that. Like, I don't know whether it was the computer rooms, but like that heated the whole place. I mean, the computer rooms were the worst because in summer the computer rooms were horrific. Once you had 30 computers running in a tiny room with 40 kids in it, and none of the windows open. And it was school rules that you had to be wearing your jumper at all times.
Of course, yeah. We were allowed to take our jumpers off. I'll give them that.
Yeah. We were when I first started going there, but there was this whole thing with the new head. When the new head came in, he promised. He straight up promised, made a whole announcement about it, that there'd been a lot of rumors that there was going to be new uniforms, and he wanted to assure us that there would not be any changes. We would not be required to wear new uniforms.
Nice.
And
Cool.
yeah.
That was
Shortly
a fact.
after that, there was yes. Shortly after that, there was an embezzling scandal. A significant amount of money disappeared from school funds, and for unrelated reasons, the school decided to bring in new uniforms with much stricter rules. It was now every piece of the uniform had to have the school logo on it and be purchased direct from the school. It wasn't just before. It was just the jumpers. You had to wear a white T-shirt. You had to wear a white shirt under your jumper, but you could buy that from anywhere. And same with the trousers. But it was just the jumpers before that had to have the logo on it. But yeah, they changed it so that every piece of clothing had to have the school logo and be purchased direct from the school. And just to make sure that you didn't try and cheat the school out of money by not having a jumper, you had to wear a jumper at all times was the rule. I'm sure that brought in the profits.
We had to wear a polo shirt that was and a jumper that were from the school.
Mm-hmm.
The trousers you could provide your own.
Yeah. Yeah, the heat in that building was. Yeah. We did not have such options.
I remember IT rooms being just nightmarishly hot.
Yeah. Yeah. Like the building itself was horrifically hot. The computer rooms were worse, and you had to wear your jumper at all times. And I got to see several people punished severely for taking their jumpers off.
I believe.
In theory, in the classroom, you could take off your jumper with the teacher's permission, but you had to wear your jumper to the classroom and put it on again before you left the classroom. And many teachers just refused to let you take your jumper off.
Sure. This I believe.
Yeah. It was not a good school.
No. I mean, I deliberately did not go to that one. I went to the one that my dad taught at, which was also terrible.
Yeah.
And nonetheless, that was the choice I made. I didn't realize at the time that it was terrible.
Yeah.
I just thought it was normal for the schools. Well, of course it's all for the school. What else is it going to be?
Yeah. one of the one of the wings fell down. The roof on one of the wings fell in like a month after the new school building opened.
I remember that.
Yeah, the library wing just caved in.
That was a local paper and everything, wasn't it?
Yeah. It's lucky it happened overnight when nobody was there. Just a new building and the whole roof just falls down.
That's when you know it's quality construction.
Yeah.
Insane. We know where the money went. Dad used to refer to embezzlement as mixing his master's money with his own.
Yeah.
So is that quite a good way of expressing it? Sums it up quite nicely.
Yeah. It wasn't a thing that they shouted about, but I got it from one of, like, I don't know if they ever even reported it.
Yeah.
They never found out who took the money, but yeah, one of the drama teachers confided in me that on the day that the drama budget for the entire year was meant, like the drama and arts and everything department, on the day that the entire budget for the year for that whole department was supposed to be delivered, the money disappeared from the school's main bank account, but did not appear in the arts department's bank account.
That takes some doing.
Yeah.
To not know as well where it's gone.
Mm-hmm.
There's mechanisms in place to stop that being a thing that happens.
Yeah. Yeah, they never found out who did it, and I think they might not have reported it in order to not get bad publicity. Like, investigated it internally instead.
Wonder we're so well educated as we are. Going
Yeah.
to, quality establishments.
Yeah.
Do you just go have a big problem with mice? Yeah, we had a big problem with mice.
Yeah. Not mice that I was aware of.
Swarmed with mice. Like, it got serious if there was a rat. Let's put it that way. Like, they had to do something if there was a rat.
Yeah.
But if it was just a mouse, it's just
But if somebody like threatened to rat them out to the local authorities, then immediately things would happen.
How could they not? Indeed.
Mm. Mm.
Tap steps
Yeah,
in
I
it
don't know.
before I start carving all this out. Sorry, go on.
I remember after leaving school and uni and all that, going through I went through a period where I just bought and consumed reference books and textbooks and things with voracious interest in all manner of topics, because until then, in my time at school, I'd never discovered that learning could be fun. It had never come across in my school time.
No.
And
See, I knew it from my own time anyway. That I enjoyed learning things, I enjoyed looking into things, whatever. But yeah, certainly not. Which is why school were a disappointment to me in a lot of ways. So I was a kid who enjoyed learning about stuff.
Yeah, like when I was younger, I enjoyed learning, but school kind of beat it out of me.
Do that. Just do that.
Yeah.
Also, you remember our junior school where in year 4, I think it was, history, when we did about the Anglo-Saxons, Vikings, Romans, Normans, etc. And the textbooks had Vikings with horned helmets in them. They were that old.
Yeah.
They were from the 50s. I specifically remember that bit as well. Those textbooks are from the 50s.
Mhm.
Nice and up to date.
Yeah.
Perhaps there weren't sections about those damn commies.
Yeah.
Oh, good. Some people object to the term Anglo-Saxon now, Mother.
Yeah.
I should put in that caveat as a historian. I should put in the caveat that some people object to the term. It's been co-opted a lot by white nationalists, particularly in America, with this idea that there exists some kind of pure strain Anglo-Saxon that is in some way superior to others. It's obviously nonsense on every count. You know, there is no like, Anglo-Saxon strain within people of British descent. It is not superior to everybody else. There's a lot of other stuff mixed in as well, so it's quite nonsense. I don't think that means we have to discard the term Anglo-Saxon when used historically. I think it's a convenient shorthand, given that the alternative is the Germanic peoples, you know, who were made up of the Anglo-Saxons, Jutes, Frisians, and other assorted Germanic peoples. I don't think we need to specify that. But some disagree. Some believe that we shouldn't use the term Anglo-Saxon at all, but I don't really agree with that. Because it's still a valid term. It's just been co-opted. You just have to understand its limitations.
Yeah.
The people we're referring to were mostly Angles and Saxons, and had a shared cultural identity. So Anglo-Saxons works.
Yeah.
As the term. But some people get quite heated about it. As it goes. Yeah, when I was a lad, they were called Anglo-Saxons.
Yeah, but your textbooks also had Vikings with horned helmets. So.
Exactly. I remember loving that though. We had a teacher who I was terrified to have.
Yeah.
No, we weren't year 4, we were year 3. We had a teacher I was terrified to have. She had a very fearsome reputation.
Yeah, I think I know the one you mean.
Yeah, year 3, yeah, absolutely. And she actually just was a brilliant teacher.
Yeah.
It was really, really good. And taught really well. First I had her for maths, which is, as is well known, by far my weakest subject. Like, I was probably better at PE than I was at maths, let's put it that way.
Oof.
Says he who the other week said he was in the top group. You know what I mean? Alright, I was equally bad at PE and maths. But yeah, she was actually a really good maths teacher. So that helped a lot actually. I didn't hate maths when I had it. Which is a big deal actually for me.
Yeah.
Come on. I missed a couple of redstone torches, so there's 2 sections of unpowered rail on the new track, so it just breaks, stops you. Nice as a break. But yeah, she ended up being my form teacher or whatever you call it for that year, because they due to budget cuts, hey, they had to reduce the number of teachers.
Yeah.
In that year at school. Let's change track. You know how it is. It was British education in the 90s.
Yeah.
Before Tony Blair's education drive. Like, he's a scumbag, but he did invest in education.
Yeah.
I mean, this is when we talk about like there being half a dozen computers for the whole school. That's the kind of thing we were at in the 90s.
Yeah.
They did change that, so credit where it's due for him, I guess. Also, evil scumbag who now kind of looks like a lich.
Yeah.
I don't know if you've seen recent photos on him. He's got like at least a necromancer. Like he looks like he's made a deal with somebody to prolong his life. Is what I'm saying. He's not even that old. Yet he's somehow maybe it's the evil. The evil has wizened him.
Yeah.
That's a thing in fantasy, right?
Yeah. It's weird how many politicians look unsettling and evil.
It is, isn't it? It's, I wonder if there's a reason for that.
Yeah.
I once saw somebody tweeting about Mitch McConnell, who's a Republican from the States.
Yeah.
And he was being interviewed once, and someone said, I always thought the trope of the villainous laughter was stupid, until I heard him actually do it IRL. And they would do this, I can't remember what they were talking about. I think it was about like people not having enough money to live on, you know, because of COVID.
Yeah.
And they were talking about something, and he genuinely went. As they were talking about it, like, he actually did a villainous laugh.
Yeah.
What is that? Why? This is the same time period as Rudy Giuliani giving a speech while his hair dye ran down his face, which is admittedly hilarious. But yeah, a lot of politicians do look evil.
Yeah.
It's a thing. What else have I got to drop off? Soil. Actually, manufactured stone. Excuse me, manufactured stone. Cold iron. More coal. Too bad. I kind of do keep overshooting in here. I'm used to what it used to be like. I keep going like, nope. That's not what
Damn it, man, you've gone too far.
I just went. Oh, hi. Nice. Oh, nice, that's done. So just chase each other around, like trying to get the drop. That's finished.
You're stealing my XP.
Yeah. No, it's mine now. Our XP. We'll need to get more track, by the way. I need yet more.
Okay. I've just put a whole bunch of iron in there.
Ah, excellent, thank you.
Oh,
Are
you
there
must have
other
failed,
materials
says
you
ZZZ.
require?
Neuralon says ZZZ.
Where else will I need? Glass!
Glass.
Stone! The other stone. Smooth stone. I'll need to cook more. Ah, glass, thank you. Oh, thank you, excellent. Oh yeah, that's plenty.
It's as much
I'll
as he
probably
sells
need
in
some
one
change
go.
from that. Oh, thank you. I'll probably have some change from this as well for you.
Ooh. Cool. Do you want these panes?
Oh, this is plenty, thank you.
Oh, okay. Ah, yeah. I guess
Great.
once you make that into panes, you're gonna have tons, aren't you? I was
Yeah,
thinking
because
it's not much for me because I'm working in blocks, but
I'll be working in panes, so that should be plenty, thank you. Hey look, you've got a glass
You
roof
got
on.
a-
Ah!
yeah. It's Be careful. Could use your opinion on something actually.
Oh.
You just put something in place. So I started putting in this as like a You see the big stone bar, but sort of putting it in as like a support. Give it like a railing. I was imagining like having, you know, railings running through the glass to keep it held up, but would it look... I'm already not liking it myself. I mean, would that be better?
I quite like that.
You do? Yeah.
I think it looks better than the stone. But
Okay.
you're the architect here, so don't let me sway you. If you prefer one or the other, you know, go with you. I quite like that. Like, I don't know. I think I'd need to see it with the roof on to a degree.
Yeah. So I was thinking there'd be a few of these at each point where the roof like raises.
It's giving me like a Crystal Palace kind of vibes,
Okay.
which I assume is the intent.
Yeah.
That's the. Because I was thinking you could do like a metal framing, but I was like, but how would you do it? And then obviously you've done that, which works.
Yeah, that's originally what I was going for with the stone blocks. I was like, I'm probably not gonna make that many iron blocks to hold it up. Maybe the stone will look alright.
I don't.
Yeah, okay.
But
Yeah.
I quite like that metal framing. I like that. Again, maybe
Yeah.
when you put it all in, it might look differently, but insofar as that, I quite like it. Quite like it. Bringing words in.
Yeah, okay. I'll go with that for now. I mean, these can all be taken down, so if we change our minds later, it's no big deal.
That's true. I do that looking out over the forest.
Yeah. You on top of the building again?
Always. I have an urge to climb high anywhere. IRL, I like being high up. Like up in the hills, up on a tall building. I like to be as high as possible. Not high in that sense. That would be illegal. And winners don't do drugs.
Yeah.
Drugs don't do winners or something, I guess. You know, cheaters never win and winners never cheat, so I assume there's an equivalent there for drugs.
Cowards never win, and heroes never flee. But I guess it cannot be helped. I'm simply too much for you.
There's no escape. So I think the line is, no recall or intervention can work in this place. There is no escape. Which actually is a really cool line.
Yeah.
Don't think though, in all honesty, I could bring myself to play Morrowind.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna put it out there, like this is, you know, levels, but I don't think I can bring myself to play Morrowind. For the simple, for like, alright, it's from 2002, the graphics aren't going to be great, like the animations are terrible. Like, if you ever watch the animations, they are bad for 2002.
Yeah.
But it's the gameplay I don't think I could handle. Like, the UI is
It's-
awful.
It's the game in which the enemies get stronger the more you jump.
Also, you could leap across entire cities if you level your acrobatic skill enough.
Yeah.
Yeet! There are even people who do things like, can you jump from the mainland to Solstheim? Yes, I believe is the answer. If you buff your acrobatics enough, you can. And essentially as well, it's a min-maxers game.
Mm.
They say that because each obviously when you start the game, you choose your race, your class, and your star sign.
Yeah.
And you know, if you want to be a Nord mage or a Khajiit warrior or something, don't do it.
Yeah.
You play what works with the thing. So, like a Nord warrior with the star sign of the warrior, you know.
Yeah.
And you know, Khajiit thief, that kind of thing. You have to stack it that way. And if you do, apparently you have a great time, and the game's, you know, you feel like a god by level 10.
Yeah.
But if you don't, you are, you know, dying against the skeleton in the first dungeon kind of level. Also, hit chance is not based on collision like it is in Skyrim.
Yeah.
You know how in Skyrim, like in a lot of games, I would imagine, your weapon has a hitbox, the enemy has a hitbox. If the two collide, you've hit. In Morrowind, it does it on percentage chances. So, like, I guess it's your skill versus theirs.
Yeah.
And I mean, I still think you have to collide to be able to hit them. It's not like you can hit them from miles away, but
Yeah.
that does not determine a hit.
Arena
So like you
kind of-
can be. Sorry, go on.
Arena kind of had that. It looks like you're swinging your sword or shooting your bow at the enemy, but there's also dice being rolled there that you can't see.
Yeah, definitely. I don't know. I think it's Oblivion maybe when they changed that. I'm not sure. But there is those people who've been working on a gigantic Skyrim mod, which is a total conversion. And they are basically rebuilding the game Morrowind using the Skyrim engine. I mean, they've been doing it for years, like probably since Skyrim came out, 10 years ago. They're probably going to be doing it a while yet, but I'd play that. You know, because it fixes the gameplay and the UI and the graphics too. But still has the story of Morrowind, like the NPCs and everything are exactly from Morrowind.
Yeah.
But all the like convenience features that have been built up over time and that Skyrim's now got are in there. Things like fast travel. And like you say, hips being collision, not chance. So stuff like that, I think it's a lot better.
It does sound good.
Also, I had a revelation the other day, and it may not be true, but I think it might be true. In Hollow Knight, there are stags. Are they called stags? Is that it?
The stag stations. Yeah, they used to be the railway.
Yeah, like they've got a bunch of legs, right? And you ride on their back.
Yeah.
I think they kind of look like Silt Striders from Morrowind, and I wonder if that's a deliberate nod.
Maybe.
In Morrowind, there's no fast travel. If you want to travel between cities, you can take the Silt Strider.
Okay.
Which is this like insectoid creature with ridiculous, like 20-foot legs. 20-foot high legs, whatever. They're really tall.
Yeah.
And they have shot like going on memories of seeing Pixie play Hollow Knight, and coming across the Silt Strider recently, IRL, believe it or not. That'd be horrifying. Oh look, it's a 20-foot tall flea. That's horrifying. I wonder if that's a nod because you ride them, and you ride the stags. So. That's what's going on there.
Yeah, entirely possible. Hollow Knight definitely has a few references to other games.
Like, Night in the title is probably a reference to Nightmare, one would imagine.
I would think so, yeah.
Can't imagine it comes from anything else. Yeah, I do like being IO. Like in games, I like it, and I like it IRL as well. Like, I can climb a tall hill. Eases me.
Ooh. See a bee nest from here.
One over to the left, or are you looking at one further away?
Just over there.
Oh, I see it.
Yeah.
Nice. Got honey in it too.
Found out
You take a
recently
bath.
that technically only the human-made ones are beehives. The ones that the bees make themselves are bee nests.
True. Reflected in the Minecraft name for him as well. Quite nice. I didn't know that until bees were introduced in Minecraft.
Yeah.
Pretty cool. It's about that time, I would say.
It is. Just watching the
Thank you,
sunset
as
from
always.
up here.
Thank you as always, Loomis.
Yeah, thank you for being here.
Problem.
Been good.
This is a new trader, apart from exotic fish in a bucket. I don't know if he's selling out worth though.
Oh, yeah.
You just turn yourself invisible anyway, so.
Okay. Oh, glowstone and sand.
No, we've got plenty of sand. We haven't, we need it. But there's plenty of places we could quarry it from.
Yeah. Well, that disfigures the environment.
It does, that's true. We have got to protect the environment.
Yeah.
But thank you everybody for watching. Thank
Yeah.
you, Loomis, as always. Please finish your thought there that I interrupted accidentally.
Maybe I'll barter with him next time.
I'll do some more work on trying to connect up that station and build that station, so it's not just a hole in the ground. I mean, it's kind of how underground stations are, but I want a surface building. So I should be back on Friday.
Let me know if there's anything I can help you with for the station.
Oh, thank you.
Big community project.
Thank you, I appreciate that. You've been a big help digging that tunnel out, definitely.
Yeah, no problem.
Those damn tunnels.
Yeah, Team Stream Friday.
Very sus. Probably League, but maybe something else. Maybe we'll play something else and surprise everybody.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll play multiplayer Skyrim. Well, that's not possible. We'd all play his own version.
Yeah.
And just like talk about it.
Maybe we could like do a community race of Skyrim.
First one to encounter a game-breaking bug.
Yeah.
And I'm like 800 hours in, like, please let me finish. I've not encountered one yet. I want to play some League again. But no. Keep playing until you find one.
Kind of how all my Dark Souls races with Badger go. 4 hours in, and like, okay, that's time. And then later I'm like 4 weeks in, and Badger, I'm stuck again. Can I summon you?
But alright then.
Yeah.
So, hope to see you all next time.
Yeah. Have a good night, everybody.
Nobody,